This is Logo722 from Lance RC, here by myself today, but figured I'd show you a little bit of an informational type of video. I had a few videos backed up that I was trying to upload, but my laptop was kind of putting up a fight, trying to keep me from doing that, so I decided just to discard all the videos I had stored on the camera SD card and decided I'd just make up for them verbally. But we had a lot of run videos, me, Spyro, and the little brother to our good member Spyro, Frodo. He was with us. But since my laptop kept messing up, I couldn't upload that video. So I just deleted them. And me and Spyro, we did in fact make a video that I did upload last night on Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies. We both played that. It was a pretty good amount of a video, about 10 minutes worth. It was a pretty nice video. So look at that on my channel, my personal channel, Logan Reimer, and you might enjoy it. But here right now, I figured I'd just kind of talk to you about all the equipment I use. The equipment, you could call it anything you like. It's just the certain bodies I use for my RCs and the tools that I have stored up and the transportation stuff I use. But to talk about it first, I'll start out with the model itself. And it's just a simple Traxxas Rustler VXL. And I've just put a Castle Creations Sidewinder 3 system on it. Excuse all the dirt. Me and Spyro took it to the local dump here in Eric and had some fun with it. Got a little muddy. But it's just a 4600 kV Castle Creations motor Sidewinder 3 system combo. We've got a Team Integy motor fan on there with a heatsink built. And I've got my battery set up too. I've got RPM A-arms on the front and the rear, and I've got the Stampede body mounts, the posts, installed on it, so I can run my beautiful, new, somewhat freshly painted, custom Stampede body. It looks really nice when you run it on the car. It's a very nice looking RC body. I'm surprised that I was able to do that good with getting it made, but it's a very nice body. I think I did a fairly decent job on it. And this, of course, as you might be able to tell, is the body we used when we were at the dump. Got some wheel rub. I just pointed with the camera. You can't really see that. That's where the wheel was kind of blocking the mud and rubbing on it on that side. But, that's just the standard stock body that came on the Rustler. This is a Traxxas Nitro Sport body. The decals are coming off on it. But I just modified it a little bit to fit the Rustler body. And I haven't yet, and probably won't be able to, modify it to fit the Stampede body mounts, because of the fact that the big holes right here in the back, I had to cut those out to fit the shock tower on the regular Rustler body mounts. And with those holes cut, that's about where the Stampede body posts need to be to put the body on. So I don't think I'll ever be able to run this body again without taking the Stampede body mounts off. But this is the Mustang body that I painted the outside of. I mean, I painted the outside of my Rustler body too. It's just they're both, as you can tell, under the weather, as you could say. This is what, rolling your vehicles can do. So that's why the paint's on the inside. But it's still in good condition. One day I'm going to get me another Mustang body and leave the front and rear ends on it, because I had to cut the rear end out of that one so it would fit over the motor back there in the transmission on the car. Because it wouldn't do that with that, but with the Stampede body mounts on there, every part of the body would clear it. So I'm going to get me another Mustang body one of these days I'm going to paint it up to kind of match the color scheme, and that RC is going to look fantastic. Now, before I get started talking about my transportation, I'm going to show you the, standard Traxxas TQI transmitter. Now, this is just the transmitter that came with the car. It's just a regular 2-channel with the docking base. I bought the docking base separately, and I installed all the telemetry on there. The only problem I have is the fact that my RPM and speed sensor, I guess it's got a short, or it's not working right. So I don't have any speed or RPM telemetry. But I'm very glad that I have temperature and voltage sensors, because running with my LiPo battery, which I have right here in this Dynamite LiPo bag, running with this battery, I like to keep a tight shift and know kind of where the voltage on it's at. Man, this is hard with one hand. Let me use my fancy knee here. There we go. But yeah, I've just got a Venom 2-cell LiPo battery. Runs very good, and it's a little muddy too. But it is a nice battery, 20C, 5000 milliamp per hour battery, 7.4 volt 2S LiPo. It is a really nice battery. I bought it for about $60 at my local hobby store. Wow, can't talk today. So I'm really surprised at how awesome these batteries are. I want to get a 3-cell sometime. And then I have the Traxxas Easy Peak Plus 6 amp charger. $120. I keep wanting to use my right hand. About $120 on Traxxas.com. It charges really quick, really fast, and really accurately. It gives you all on the screen, the digital screen, it gives you how much voltage has been put into the battery, how much capacity it has put into the battery, and it gives you how long it's been charging. It doesn't give you an estimate on when it will be done, but it charges at about 5 amps. It'll charge my 2S LiPo at a little under an hour. So it's a really good charger. Now, you might have had your eyes been caught by it, but this is just a somewhat cheap, low-end toolbox. I bought it at the local Atwoods. And it is actually a really nice toolbox for $30. It has 2 of these little compartment boxes. They both come off, and they both open up with simple 2 tabs on each side of it. And this one is my main used box, used for the body clips, which are the blue body clips right there. I've got my body washers, all the wrenches. I mainly use only the 0.5 millimeter wrench down in there, because, well, it's either 0.5 or 5. I get those mixed up all the time, but I mainly use that one, the smallest one, because the wrenches I have from my Dynamite tool set, which is in the toolbox, the wrenches don't fit the grub screws very well, and I don't like to strip the grub screws out at all on my pinion gears, because that is just such a hassle to get fixed up and get the pinion gears off and on with a stripped out grub screw when you strip the head of it. And then I've got my spurs in there too. I've got the lowest set gearing on the car now, so I've got a smaller pinion, a 16-tooth pinion, and an 86-tooth spur. So I've got some more gears that I could put in there. Normally I have them in there when I've got, just like this is here. If I've got the gearing in the car, then those gears are going to be put right there where I know where they are. I've got new, better bearings, just replacement bearings, some bushings and rubber bands in there for no real reason, and little pieces of plastic for the same thing, no real reason. Yeah, I actually used some of the plastic on this body here to modify these front body holes. I used some of that plastic and some Gorilla Glue, and it's holding up really well to, make that body. But it's not very often it gets really used anymore, seeing as how I've got the Stampede body mounts on there. But yeah, both of these come off. This is just pretty much the spare parts box. I got some wrenches in there, and it's pretty nice. Those are the old hex hubs for the wheels. They're all the same size, same width. And you know, on the Wrestler, the front hex hubs need to be thicker than the rear. And those are all the same thickness, so they're made for the rear of it. And my front wheels had a lot of wobble. I bought new hex hubs. Some of them are the front ones where they go and they're thicker. And that really ups the game. It makes it a whole lot steadier ride, makes it drive a lot better. And I just got my camera mount for the GoPro. That's the last extra one I've got. And just some random spare parts in there. Won't get into detail on that. It'd take forever. Try and make this video somewhat short. I've got my Traxxas stickers on it and everything. Just to let people know that I'm as ultimate as I can be on the Traxxas. Opens up pretty nice. It's got the little, shelf in there. You can take it out, leave it in. I decided that it's just perfect for all the simple stuff I've got. I've got my battery, my adapter, and the charger for my 12-volt nickel cadmium drill. Just a little, what was it called? I forget all the time. It's a weird brand, actually. Ultra Steel. That's what it is. Just the Ultra Steel brand. It's a really nice drill, actually. Runs pretty strong, but it's not very strong. It's not meant for real torque and everything. I've got the drill bit set too. And it's a nice little set. Just got this drill at Walmart. $20 drill at Walmart. It was pretty amazing. I got the stainless steel screw kit. That's mainly just for extra screws that I know will fit the car. Yeah, that kit comes in a lot handier than this little square of screws in that box. But that square of screws really comes in handy too. This is the dynamite toolkit that I said that I was talking about. And let me use my knee again to open this up. Terrible video maker here. But yeah, I just bought this off of Amazon. And it's got all your wrenches for your wheel nuts and different kind of things. You can work on your nitros and stuff with it too. As you can tell by the chrome right there, I have wore the paint off of that one because that's the only one I ever use. It's for the wheel nuts on my Wrestler. And then it's got the Phillips and the flathead screwdrivers all right here. Well, not right here, sorry. 3 of these. And then you've got 6 different sizes of bits right here. And that's because even the butt end of these are different sizes. So you got your smallest, it just goes up on these to here, here, and then the biggest one right there. And you've just got all those nice bits. But this, the 0.5 or 5 millimeter bit wrench doesn't fit the grub screws as well as I would want it to. So I mainly use the Traxxas one that came on it, which is in this box. And so it's a lot better, but you can use this. And then I actually put these bits in my drill to use them even more because it makes it a whole lot easier to use a drill with this kind of stuff. I'll close that up later. And then I've got white lithium grease because for my highest speed gearing, all the gears are metal when I use my highest speed gearing. So you've got that metal gear, which is a 28 tooth pinion, and then this metal gear, which is a 73 tooth spur. And they're both metal, HR Racing metal spur. And you want to use grease with that because the more heat you generate right there, that can really mess up the car. So you want to make sure you use something to cool it down a little bit. And there's no reason for getting the battery out, but I'll show you anyway. I always keep a roll of paper towels in there, just because you want to clean up the grease a little bit when you're changing gears. And if you get too much, you can wipe some off. And then we get down to the brass tacks here. Just set this on the floor. And now I keep 4 spare tires from, just the stock wheels for the Wrestler in here for, in case I break a rim or something, I can always change out all the tires and still be able to run. And then I bought this at the local hobby shop not too long ago. And it is just a really nice rotating car stand that you just collapse like that when you're storing it, or you can put it together. It's a pretty nice little stand. You know, your car sits on top of that plate there, and that spins and everything. You can put your car on it. You can keep screws and stuff down in here. A little Pit Tech Deluxe car stand from Duratrax. It is a really nice little thing to have. And once again, I'll just do that later. And now we get to the Ultra Steel drill. Really nice drill for a 12-volt drill. Very cheap. And I will try and get the battery on with one hand. We'll let you watch me fail at this. Oh, we're getting it going. Yeah, I just threw the battery off of it. Well, should have done this to start with. That, or I couldn't have done it anyway. There we go. But yeah, it's a really nice drill. It's got a working work light just built into it. It's really nice. And it's got a 20-point clutch to work on it. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 20. And then, of course, you've got your drilling clutch, which means the clutch doesn't give out at all on that, and it just keeps going no matter what. Unless the motor can't take the torque, then it just stops. So it's a really nice thing. For taking out screws and putting them back in, I usually use the clutch at 1, so that way I don't strip the plastic out or anything. And most of the time, it can't even handle clutch 1. But on some of the bigger screws on the car, like underneath it here, for the 3 screws right here that hold the bulkhead in, the clutch will clutch out on those screws because they hold in tighter. But it's a really nice drill for $20 at Walmart. And I'll just do that later too. It comes with the double-faced bit right here, the double-sided bit to put in there, but I don't use it very often, any more often than I use the Ultra Steel drill bit set, because it has all of those Phillips and flathead bits too. But that is the main point for my car studio that I have. That is just the general thing that I have, all the stuff I own, and all the stuff I use a lot. And might as well go ahead and show you over here. I've got it set up for charging. For the charger, I just plug it in right here. I've got it run out the back to a power strip down there. And that's where I charge my batteries all the time. It's really nice. And yes, I will go ahead and show off and be proud. This right here, its name is Shamu. Named by a teacher at my school. This is my first ever made metric 500 car in my school, in my shop class. And I got bored one day, and my Traxxas Mustang Boss 302, I broke a part on it that I couldn't find anywhere, couldn't replace it, didn't know what to do. So I tore the car completely apart, and I modified my metric 500 car to be an RC. And it actually works really good. I'm surprised. It's nothing special, it's nothing high-tech. I mean, it's as high-tech as 27 megahertz goes. But it's just the standard 27 megahertz TQ from Traxxas. Just a little 27 megahertz metric 500 car. Kind of a ghetto build, really, but you know, until I turned the camera around, I didn't even realize this video has been going on for 19 minutes. So yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and cut it here pretty soon, but yeah, that's just mainly all of my RC workplace, RC studio that I have. My poor lighting solutions. There's not much to offer in the room of the Logo722, but that's about it. There's really nothing else. For uploading videos and whatnot, stuff like that, I use my Toshiba satellite laptop. It's actually a really nice laptop, and I'm pretty proud of the way it performs, but I confuse it every now and then. I get a little smarter than it is, and I confuse it. So it makes it a little difficult every now and then to upload a video, but it takes a while with my Wi-Fi anyway. And that's about it. So this is Logo722 from Lant RC, all by myself, signing out.